Okay, so for this next project, we're just gonna do a simple drawing, and I'm gonna teach you how to draw a cylinder. And I thought how cheeky it would be if we use a toilet paper roll for our subject matter. The supplies you'll need are a pencil and a piece of white paper, a toilet paper roll. You could use a pen if you want to, but then you can't erase. And then you'll just need a light source. So I'm just have this lamp right here. So just have okay, also you might hear Daniel Tiger in the background because my daughter's watching Daniel Tiger right now. So for your cylinder, you're gonna draw two parallel lines. So there's your two parallel lines, and then you're gonna connect the bottom two with not quite a semicircle. It's gonna be a little bit less roundy than that, okay? So again, just doesn't have to be perfect. And I did the same thing here at the top, and then I'm gonna people wanna go like, wow, like that at the top. Don't do that. Just go like, and it looks like kind of realistic. So now that we have our basic cylinder drawn, I want you to think about where your light source is coming from. So obviously my light source is coming from this side, and then the shadow is over on this side. So just to help you out, draw an arrow that shows where your light source is coming from. And then from there you can kind of remind yourself. Sometimes our eyes tell us one thing, but our brain's telling us another thing. So just make sure you're really looking at what you're drawing. So here's where we're at. And I actually just physically wrote on my paper, the light source over here with an arrow showing which direction it's going. And so my shadow is gonna be over here. Now, there's the shadow on the physical object itself, right? On the inside there and then right there. And then there's also the shadow on the paper, the shadow that's cast on the paper, kind of like the shadow that you see on the sidewalk of yourself when you're on a walk. Okay, so we're gonna do the shadow on the actual cylinder first. So I'm actually gonna do kind of dramatic shadow lines just to start out. I'm not really gonna shade. And I'm seeing that the color changes about halfway here. So there's like a mid-tone that starts right here, and then it's gonna get darker right around here. So when I shade, I'm not gonna shade straight lines going across. That wouldn't make sense. It's a curved object, so the shadows curve too. All right, so as you can see, I did curved lines, and they just kind of stop where I see that the shadow really stops. Obviously the shadow is darker over here though, so I'm gonna be adding another section of lines over here. Right, now I'm not really trying that hard on this. I'm going kind of fast. I just want to show you the basics, okay? I'm not obsessing over it. So as you can see, I did my other little section of closer lines that stop about halfway to kind of just show that it's darker. Okay, so I've done the shadow on this side of my cylinder. Now I'm going to do the shadow on the inside, because so far you're like, that doesn't look like that, you know? We still have more shadows to do to make it look more realistic. Okay, so we're getting closer. So I did kind of lines going across and stopping at a diagonal, because I noticed on the thing, see how it kind of stops at a little bit of a diagonal. Okay, so then I just kind of shaded it in a little bit, because it is pretty dark on the inside of that cylinder. I mean, that's pretty dark. And then I'm gonna go ahead and darken this side a little bit, and then I'm gonna get started drawing where my shadow is gonna go down on the side. So I did two things just now. I kind of spent some more time shading there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think a sketchy look looks kind of more artsy and fun anyway. And then I started to kind of outline where my shadow is going to go. Okay, so mine's pretty much done. And obviously this is just a sketch. If you want to make it more refined, add color, if you want to like blend with your finger, if you like happen to have charcoal or something, just have fun. And it's fun to use recyclables to be inspired to make things. Have a great day.